Hey guys, Christine here with Cardamom Blogs. So, it's been a while, I'm not who I was before. No, I'm just joking. So, it has been a while, and let me just tell you that much has not changed for me. I have been receiving my benefits with no problem. When I filed yesterday, because by the time I post this it'll be Monday morning. So around 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. are usually the hours that are not that busy, and that's the time that they suggest that you try to file your claim. So you can either choose to return to the previous page or you can join the filing queue. So I decided to join the filing queue, and as you can see it says 10 minutes here. I click to join it, and then you can see this is when the 10-minute timer starts, I guess. And it just continues on. As you can see, the number of claimants before you start to go down, right? And then I was able to go in. Now, when I originally logged in, it was 3:28. By 3:35, I was able to get to this screen and click on file for my benefits. So as you can see here, the payment is in progress and the payment number not applicable. And you can see the date there, which is March 13th. And then it's the same, the same amount, the $195 for the regular, and then the federal $270 after they take the 10% taxes out. And then also my payment summary is just, summing it up again. And as you can see here, that there is no transaction number yet. So the president signed the bill last week, the ending of, in the middle of last week. He was supposed to sign it on Friday, but then he signed it earlier. And that was almost the $2 trillion of the relief bill is what they're calling it. Now, the problem is that only 9%, according to other senators, only 9% of that bill is to go to actual COVID relief, and then 1% just goes to vaccinations. All the other stuff is basically a wish list, okay? And now, whether I've stated this before in my videos, whether you're a Democratic or Republican or whatever, you guys already know. Those of you who have been following my channel, you know I'm not even registered. I'm still not registered. I don't even think that I will register. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of on the fence because I still just feel like they're still doing whatever it is that they want to do. So why am I going to waste my time? Because I feel I would be even more frustrated if I voted and then I knew that things still didn't change and that they got worse. I think that would be an issue for me. Maybe for you guys, you don't really care. But for me, I think I would be really upset if I vote and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, but I thought if I voted, things were going to get better. And it doesn't seem like things are getting better. If you ask me, it seems like things are getting crazier, okay? It's already going to be a year this week that we shut down, right? Now, you would think that things are getting better. Slowly, things are opening, right? You have there's I think 2 states, South Dakota and Florida, that continue to allow their constituents to work and make those decisions on their own is what I've been following. Now, the thing is, though, and I believe that, I feel like it should be your right, and they say that it affects the elderly, which most of the case, their immune systems are very weakened. So it would affect them. It makes sense that it would affect them, and it would make sense that children would be the least affected because children, doctors have stated this, and they've done numerous studies where children are resilient. They are going to bounce back, right? And so I feel like let's just make sure that the elderly, for me, my grandmother is in her late 90s, and we went to visit her once since the whole pandemic happened. Now, my grandmother used to come and visit at least twice a year because, she lives in New York and I'm here in PA. And between myself and my aunt, we would take turns spending time with her. She usually would stay for a month, and then my aunt and I would share custody of her. We love her so much. But so that has changed now. Now, two reasons why it's changed. Her she kind of, not her health, but like, you know, the elderly, they get a little more fragile. And so now she cannot travel the way she used to travel. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. And so then that was another factor. And so I only got to go to New York to visit her. And my mom has like a guest room. And we basically had to stay in, you know, in the a guest apartment, I guess. Because she has like an apartment that's separate from the house. So we had to stay in the guest apartment. And my mom said that she didn't want the children to even, you know, really see my grandmother. So they had to just wave from the window. They didn't even get to see her. I got to see her, but I wasn't even allowed to hug or kiss her or do any of that, which I understood. I wasn't, you know, I felt a little bad. My grandma did feel a little bad. She didn't, you know, you know, we also have to think that the elderly they feel, you know, neglected. You know, and that's the thing, we don't understand. And you know how sad that would be? Like, I don't want to like get depressed or anything like that or be depressing, but like, let's say there's so many people that their parents or their loved one died in the nursing home. They didn't get to give them a proper funeral. They didn't get to see them. They didn't get to say their goodbyes and stuff. And that's so stressful. Like, I couldn't even imagine going through that. And I can feel how that felt. And especially, you know, when I wasn't able to touch my grandmother, hug her, or kiss her, or anything like that. I had to stay 6 feet away from her. My mom, you know, has been doing a good job taking care of my grandma, where none of us are allowed to get close to her, hug her, or kiss her. Only my mom and my uncle, who live in the house, they're the only two, because, you know, they are not exposing themselves to anything or whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's really sad. And it's terrible what's going on with Cuomo and the nursing home scandal. And I've also heard too that Wolf did the same thing here. And like, they're not talking about it here. I don't know why we're not talking about it. But yeah, I did hear rumors about that he also did the same thing. And I think also Jersey did the same thing that Cuomo did. So I don't know. I guess developments will be exposed later on, right? Anyway, so the bill was passed, and like I stated, 9% is for actual COVID relief, and then the 1% are for the vaccinations.